Jai Shri Krishna friends. Today we will start with the stories of the Saturn in the Puranas. The Purana says the Saturn is tall, dark, thin, and whose dress and mannerism is like a traditionalist, conservative. He speaks with his eyes slightly downcast. He is a shadow of harshness in his voice. And all beings fear him, for he rules bewilderment and misfortune. If pleased, he will give you a kingdom, but if irritated, he will snatch everything away from you in a moment. His grace makes you happy, while his wrath so thoroughly ruins that your name is completely forgotten in the human world. Saturn determines longevity and death, for he is Lord of time. The ambitions of king is great, but their lives are fleeting. All the kings who have ever ruled the earth with their might have been reduced by the times to tales that others tell. Even King Indra and all the gods panic when Saturn is nearby. For over the ages, many thousands of Indras have been overtaken by the power of time. Lord Saturn is tall, black, long limbed, and emaciated, with reddish brown eyes, large teeth and nails, prominent veins, a sunken stomach, a long beard, matted locks, and profound, coarse, stiff body hairs. He is lame and his limbs are rigid. His constitution is Vata, airy, intense, harsh. He is cruel in authority, and his gaze, which is directed downwards, is utterly terrifying. He is a Shudra by caste. Some even call him outcast. By trade, he is an oil presser who worships Kala Bhairava, the great black terrifier. His metal is iron, and his gem is blue sapphire. Lord of the sinews and nerves, of the west, of Saturday, and of the constellations Capricorn and Aquarius. He is also known as the slow, son of shadow, the angular, the black, the endless, the end cursor, and all devouring, the steady, the controller, the and the emancipated. Saturn is the son of the planet Sun and his wife's shadow Chaya. As soon as Saturn was born, his gaze fell on his father and caused vitiligo disease to son. His gaze next fell on the son's charioteer, who fell and broke his thighs. And when that gaze lit upon the 7 horses of the son's chariot, they all went stone blind. The son tried a number of remedies to remove these infirmities, but nothing worked. It was only when Saturn's gaze left them that the son's skin cleared, his charioteer's femur healed, and his horses regained their sight. He becomes a planet after performing penance in Banaras, very prominent city in India, and propitiating Lord Shiva. He did not even spare his benefactor. When Shiva's son Ganesha was born, his mother Parvati wanted to show the boy to Saturn. Saturn politely advised her not to do so, but when she insisted, he gazed at the child reluctantly with only one eye. Instantly, Ganesha's head was reduced to ashes. To prevent Parvati in her anger from destroying the universe, God Lord Vishnu flew north of his eagle Garuda and finding a bull elephant exhausted from intercourse with his mate, cutting off his head, returned with it and joined it successfully to Ganesha's body. If you hope to prevent Saturn from mangling your life, as he has mangled so many lives, make regular offerings of black sesame seeds, sesame oil, and sugar on Saturday to an iron image of that planet. Also, make Saturday donations of sesame and iron to the needy. I make my sincere obedience to the Lord Saturn, whose color is that of a pure collyrium, who is the son of the planet Sun and Shadow, and who is the brother of Yama, the god of righteousness and death. Force of fate, the force that makes you experience your karmas, whether you want to do or not. In fact, he is the planet in charge of experience, which we call anubhavaa. This is why they call Saturn the son of the sun, planet Sun. The sun refers to the soul, the two experiences. How we relate to our surrounding is determined by every individual's inner nature. We call that Svabhavo. Some people have an angry, irritable nature, others are naturally calm and complacent. Still, others are by nature fearful and timid. This nature is inborn in each of us and it represents in our genes and chromosomes and determines how we experience the world. In Sanskrit, we say Svabhavo vijayati iti shauryam. The true heroism is to conquer your own nature. Until you have completely conquered your innate nature, Saturn can still affect you. Saturn will search out the weaknesses in your personality and will expose them to full view, making you experience your limitations by making your ego self-identity with those limitations. As long as you are unable to control your own nature, you are at Saturn's mercy. If you can completely conquer what comes naturally to you, Saturn can have no effect on you. But it's not so easy to control your nature, and as long as it is not perfectly controlled, until you will always be subjected to Saturn. How strongly you are controlled by the image that you natural to your nature will determine how effectively you are ruled by your fate, which is the sum of the things in your life that you have seemed unable to prevent. In this context, Saturn offers Saturn often represents the worst that your karmas have in store for you. Diseases given by Saturn are pain, especially of bones, muscles, and ligament joints, timidity, diffidence, anxiety, fear, bad dreams, poverty, instability, shame, delays, humiliation, inhibitions, loneliness, isolation, depression, mental or physical rigidity, stinginess, disappointment, resignation, melancholy, lack of trust, suspicion, doubt. All these are represented. Saturn is a nudge planet in the group of Mercury, Ketu, Saturn. It signifies longevity, death, fear, downfall, disgrace, sickness, and sorrow. Misery, poverty are also seen from Saturn. Humiliation, sins, labor, filth, misfortune, reprimands, impurity of minds, taking shelter from menials, buffaloes, drowsiness, debts, articles of iron, services, slavery, confinement, getting arrested, agriculture implements are all seen from Saturn. Saturn got exalted in Libra in the 20th degree and debilitated in Aries at 20th degree. Its mool trikona sign is Aquarius from 0 to 20 degree and its own sign is from 20 to 30 degree. All windy troubles are seen from Saturn. It is lame, his eyes are deepest, large but lean, body full of veins, his body is full of veins. He is lazy by nature, color of the body is black, windy composition, backbiter and hard-hearted, dull-headed. His nails and teeth are large, hairy body and limbs are stiff. He is impure, fierce appearances, ill-tempered by nature, dressed in black clothes. He looks old. Places inhabited by low-caste people, temple of Shasta, all filthy places, western direction, oil presser, servants, a mean person, a hunter, a blacksmith, an elephant, a crow, and cuckoo are representative of the Saturn. Its period is for 1 year. It's outcast by nature, tamasic, is tamasic, season represented by the Shishir, second half of the winter. It represents uncle for birth during daytime and father for birth in the night. It governs touch, time and father for birth in the night. It governs touch. Senses is touching by the skin is represented by the Saturn. Its ruling deity is Yama. Sisame and blacksmith are its representative. Its taste is astringent. Male servants, asses, and roaming in the woods are represented by the Saturn. All Renunciates, telling lies, are seen from Saturn. Long duration projects requiring perseverance is seen from Saturn. A widow bastard is also representative of Saturn. Dirty clothes, ordnance factory are the places where Saturn lives. Turks who lives in the Turkey are also representative of the Saturn. Dog, thieves and thefts are also seen from Saturn. He is conservative by nature. He follows tradition.